conference with Unai Emery. Please hold your hand or raise your hand if you want to ask any question. Xavi Isidro, please go ahead. How is the team? Last training sessions, Foyt would go out. We know that many players with injuries and COVID have been training little, especially in the midfield. Are there doubts? Can you tell us something? Is there any player that you know won't be playing even if he's here? Good afternoon. Well, we got this training session now, and that's where we're going to see how they are, all players. The ones who won't play are those who are not here. Dani Parejo, Coquelin, and Samu Chukwueche. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. Players that can play but have trained little are here. Iborra, for instance, hasn't played at all in this pre-season, and last season he was injured, so he's with the group. His presence is very important. He could be on the bench, but we need to see him play. Starting play could be tomorrow, could be, but he's one of those players who has not trained a lot. Then John Foyt had a little problem yesterday. He's having a is training today, but we don't know if he will train normally or not. If he does, maybe we can count on him for tomorrow. And then there are other players with a little doubts, and that we'll see later on in the session. I suppose you had some headaches this summer, because it's not only with one player, but many injuries and many absences. You want to play 4-4-2? Do you have the players you need to do that? Do you know what you're going to do tomorrow? Well, first of all, to adapt to circumstances. And that's every time, every season. In this case, a little more with COVID, and we've suffered from it. But we are in an abnormal situation. Players play with their national teams, come back later, and Chelsea has the same problem with players who have been training a little and maybe tomorrow can't start, and then other players could sign for a club. Lukaku, for instance, apparently will sign for Chelsea, but will not be there tomorrow. And then injuries. This game ends pre-season, but also the previous season with a title, and helps starting the new season with the new objectives: Liga, Champions League, and Cup. So we need to adapt, and we need to take it normally and understand that we need to come over it. So we're going to play for a title. We're going to close our brilliant season last year in Europa League, and that's why we played today against the Champions League winner, which is the best team in the world last year. So that's a good motivation, but also a good way to see how we will start the season and what we can do this season. We've got a player, Pau, has been playing a lot this summer and just came back from the Olympic Games. Well, he skipped his holidays to be here, so that's a sense of how important this match is for everyone, and nothing else. To be very proud to be representing the Spanish league, and very proud of Villarreal, the president, and all the administration council, everyone really, and especially in times like these where we are fighting between us for our league. Well, we can be proud to represent our football, our teams, our Liga But for that, we need to be united. We are united and very proud to be able to play tomorrow against Chelsea. We'll try to do our best to show our best image and be competitive. We've got a great team in front of us with great players. What do you expect from Chelsea? Well, what Chelsea are you waiting for, and how are your sensations today? Well, there are players that have won the European Cup. They've been playing the Euro Cup also with their national selections. Maybe some of them haven't trained a lot, but I'm expecting a great Chelsea because they're starting this season with fantastic players. It's a team that is first level in Europe, in England, and in the world because they've got this ability to sign players like maybe Lukaku, for example. But we too, we have our arguments, we have our pride to be here, to take our chance. We have motivation. We've been living through this pre-season, but now it's over. Now we are here, and we want to do our best game possible. Uh, the last the final our final Manchester United is quite similar to this Chelsea. Players are different, of course, but similar capacities to be a really good team. And I think, as I said, they've got a great coach like Thomas Tuchel, and this gives something else to the team. And Petr Cech, also, I worked with him in Arsenal, and he's now sports director here. So he's got his values to give to the team. He's a great professional. So again, pride to be representing Spanish football here, pride to be representing Villarreal, and looking forward for tomorrow. It's not the same Villarreal with injuries, COVID, not the same players, international uh, tournaments. It's not the same Villarreal as last year, maybe. The one who won the final. That's my first question. And second question, we saw Villarreal suffering a lot on static phases. Maybe with Pau and Albiol, this would go better now, but is that scares you? Well, it gives me to think without scaring me, but we saw in these pre-seasons new things, integrating new players to our ideas, also try and prepare physically to work tactically too, even on static phases. And to start tomorrow, we know that the team has to be at his best to be able to win. Of course, it's pre-season, and we had our issues and our weaknesses, static phases, maybe yes. Even if we've been trying to do something to progress on that aspect, and we need to remember that they are very good in the game and in also in static phases. So we need to give it all at any moment to have a possibility to win tomorrow. They have consequences already. Some of the players can't be tomorrow, or if they are, they've been little prepared. But we can assume that, we can adapt to that, and we've got our players, other players that can have protagonism, some space, and we'll enjoy it. So we're not looking at adverse circumstances we had, but the way we come over them. And about the games, better or worse, no victory, is that a preoccupation for us? No, that helps us to adapt and to start tomorrow's competition, knowing that tomorrow's result is important. Yes, the players are in good shape. Some of them came late, but we're going to test them today, and maybe tomorrow some of them can play. Probably not at the best level, but can be there. Maybe there will be. So we know it's a competition. You're starting the seasons. Every team has his own circumstances, and no one can be 100% at the beginning of the season. But knowing Chelsea and the power they have and the players they have, we know it's a difficult. It will be a difficult game. Tony Banks. Well, if you consider the simple fact that they are Champions League's winners, I would say yes, probably, because at the time they were only Europa League winners. But Europa League has progressed a lot, and all the teams that cannot be in the Champions and fight for that cup can do it with a lot of motivation in Europa League, and that's a good example. The Chelsea that won 3 years ago Europa Cup, Europa League, and this one who's been winning Champions League. It's been three seasons or 2 seasons in between, and that means a lot. That says a lot about what it means to win a title. Of course, there's a difference between Europa League and Champions League. That's why I would say this Chelsea is better. But it's also a motivation for us, and we are proud to be able to play against this Chelsea, European champion. In the previous day, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know. Can you hear me now? You try again, Julian. Well, you try again. Javi Mata now. We can't hear you, Javi. Sorry. Sorry, we can't hear you, Javi. Javi. Sorry. Sorry. So with this ends the press conference. Thank you. Thank you, coach.